is the Make Good Trouble protest, and we're asking people a few questions. So, our first question, why are you here tonight on a hot day? What's your oxygen? What is your concerns that has gotten you to come out tonight?
I was not going to let anything stop me from coming tonight. I am here to stand for and defend the Constitution of the United States of America.
Excellent. And why do you feel that the Constitution is in danger at this moment?
Oh, at this point in time, the current administration has done everything it can to slice open the Constitution and basically let the birds of prey have at it and just rip it apart. So we are having trouble with even our Supreme Court obeying the Constitution.
If we do manage to get past this administration and we're trying to build something better going forward, what's something that you think we need to do so we never elect someone into this position again that is going to break the law and be unconstitutional? What can we do?
I think that definitely we need to change some laws, but all in all, I think it's going to require a constitutional amendment so that those that obey the law or do not obey the law are not even allowed to become candidates.
And then I'm asking people too, where do you get your news mostly?
I used to get my news from lots of places, but I found my best source for news in terms of hard news that seems closer to the source is the Associated Press, the AP, and Reuters. That's where I get my news.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Bye-bye.
Question is, what brings me here today?
Yeah, what brings you here?
As a citizen, I think I have the obligation to have my voice heard. And we as individual citizens don't have much voice, but collectively we have a voice.
We have a voice.
Issues that I'm dealing with. I'm a retired pediatrician, so I mostly fight for children and mothers because if we can make a child's life okay for the first 1,000 days, they're going to do okay in the rest of their life. If we don't protect them for that first 1,000 days, they're going to struggle most of their life. So, and that becomes a political community problem. So that's why political and community activists.
What do you think is about this? I was going to give us some shade. What do you think is going on right now that prevents the children from getting that care in their first 1,000 days?
A couple things. The right wing has this zero-sum kind of expectation that in order to give money or services or resources or even recognition to one group, they have to steal it from another group. They believe that in order to give Peter something, you have to rob Paul. Where economists know that if everybody wins a little, everybody then progresses and everybody wins a lot. And so the zero-sum game is a mindset that's deeply buried in their conscience or way down where religion lives. So they never take it out and look at it, dust it off and think about it, but they do believe it. And that leads them to this whole us and them, where if I'm going to take something from you, I first have to define you as an enemy. Define you as some other that's not like me. I have to define you as somehow lesser than me, which is all bullshit.
Yeah. And leads to hate and division.
But if I sort of want to consider myself an ethical person and I want to steal from you, I have to define you as worthy of being stolen from.
That is a very good point.
And so, it's all deeply psychological.
Yeah.
And again, back to those children.
And if we get past this administration and what they're doing, what do you think is something that we should be doing going forward to help bridge that division and make sure we don't ever do this again?
It isn't just Trump. It isn't just America. This has been building for 50 years.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the United States, the richest nation in the world, has this scarcity belief that, oh, we've got to hoard it because we don't have enough. You just have to look around. They have enough. They have more food than we eat. They have more fuel than we can drive our fast cars. They have more services than we need. And so we don't have to have this scarcity mindset. But the scarcity mindset frightens people, and when they're frightened, they go back to thinking they have to steal it from somebody else in court.
So we should probably try to educate people out of the scarcity mindset. That's what you're thinking we should do going forward.
Right. And you know, when people are basically good, if you can get them in a position where they're not frightened for 5 minutes, hard to do.
Yeah.
But if you can get them feeling safe, socially safe for 5 minutes, then ask them what they believe, and then ask them, why do you believe? Just, you know, when they're in a position of social, comfort, and fearless sounds like the wrong word, but lack of fear.
Right, lack of fear, exactly. So we can think.
So you can think.
Yeah.
And when people think, they realize that they really do want their neighbor to thrive. They don't want their neighbor to suffer. They really do want to share. They want to be part of goodness. They don't want to be part of evil. But as soon as they get frightened, they flip back to us and them.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, do I have a global solution? No.
No.
I have a little solution? Yeah, talk to your family, talk to your friends. If there's a child in your life, make sure that child is loved, because build a foundation of love young infants, the first 3 years. Then they can be brave enough later to think it through and make good decisions.
I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And where do you mostly get your news?
Several things. I read the New York Times every day. I read the Salt Lake Tribune every day. I, in the evening, tend to watch MSNBC. But really, at the end of the day, I like to watch The Daily Show, because having a comedic take on the news
helps
me survive.
Yes, it helps you not to sink into depression. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. On a hot night, we're out here sweating. Why are you here? What are you concerned about?
I am concerned about the destruction of our country that's led by this POS man, baby, child thing that's trying to be the next dictator. And we have to stand up, we have to stop this, and we can't let this be.
Yeah, and you're concerned about like how they're breaking the law.
How they're breaking the law, how they're kidnapping people off the street, how they're revoking green cards, how they're just stripping us of our rights left, right, and center, and how they're just completely pissing all over the Constitution as if it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing from a lot of people, is they're concerned about our law, right? They're concerned about our Constitution. They're concerned about preserving our constitutional republic. And this administration doesn't seem to be concerned about it at all.
No.
And it's fairly unprecedented. And so if we do manage to get past this administration, what do you think we could do going forward so that we never elect anyone to do this again?
Maybe we start with making a law that if you have a felony that you can't be a president.
That might be good.
That might be a good starting point. But we need to be more proactive about defending our Constitution and our rights. I mean, look at Germany, what they had to do after World War II.
Yes.
They had to viciously rebuild themselves into the country that they are today. And they've had to aggressively teach the true history, not to wash it away. We have to aggressively defend our Constitution.
Right. We don't want to be after the fact saying, oh, we wish we hadn't done that. We want to stop it now. And so basically kind of educate people as to what are these warning signs and see what's going on. We don't want to go there. Do you think that there's anything we can do to bridge the divide that is being kind of artificially deepened between left and right?
So, yeah, there's a huge divide between left and right, and oddly enough, I think it's the Epstein files that's actually like bringing both sides together. Things that we can do to bridge the gap. So if you notice the way that the right-side politicians, how they talk about doing things, what they're going to do, they're going to do this, and it's now. It's proactive. It's now. Look, I'm going to lower prices. I'm going to do this now. It's not, I'm going to do this for the good of everyone. The left does that.
Yeah.
The right does everybody right now. The left is like everybody big and beautiful and together, and this is for the welfare of everybody. We have to be, no, this is what we're doing, and we're doing this.
So
right
be
now.
way more specific about what we're doing, how we're doing it, and that we're doing it now.
And how it's going to affect you and your pocketbook right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. And where do you mostly get your news?
Social media, Under the Desk News, Philip Franco. I don't follow a lot of mainstream media news because they are in the back pocket of the billionaires as well. It's a lot of TikTok, it's a lot of local sources, and NPR.